downtown Vancouver. This is the Christy Clarke Show. Now, here is your host, Christy Clarke.
He's marrying the woman he says saved his life. He's a listener to this program. He emailed us a few weeks ago to tell us a story, and we decided we'd invite him on because he has an important message to tell. John Sowick joins me now. John, it's really nice to have you on the program. Thank you.
Hi.
Now, tell us your story. You were diagnosed with prostate cancer recently, but you didn't get your diagnosis without some unexpected events happening along the way.
Yeah, I had a leg pain in my leg, so I went to my doctor, and he suggested I go see a neurologist, and he thought that maybe it was an overactive nerve causing this pain, and the neurosurgeon said it's probably a pinched nerve in my back, which is causing these cramps in my leg, but I may be lacking some kind of vitamins or whatever. So he sent me, my doctor sent me to get some blood tests. He wanted to see if there was something lacking in my blood cause these, pains. So my girlfriend happened to mention that at work to one of her coworkers, and somebody just happened to walk into the office and said, I overheard your conversation. I was thinking maybe your boyfriend should go get a PSA test. He's getting close to 50, but usually most guys don't go till they're 50, 55 to start doing that. So my girlfriend came home and said, we should do the PSA test, and it won't hurt, right? And I was kind of humming and hawing, and she kept on me going, you should do it. And I said, okay, fine. So I went to the doctor to get the blood test requisition for the lab, and I just happened to mention to him, maybe can I get the PSA test done too? And he kind of looked at me kind of weird, like saying, you're kind of young for that kind of thing. That's the attitude I got. And he said, okay, but it's going to cost you $30, right? And I said, yeah, that's okay. So I went and got the test, and then he called me about 5 days later, and he had a kind of serious look on his face, and I just thought maybe I had high blood pressure, some cholesterol or something was too high or whatever, and he said, well, your PSA test came back, and it was 11, which is pretty high. So that's what happened.
So it came back, it was pretty high, and that suggests, it doesn't confirm that you have cancer. It suggests, though, that you certainly need to go and get another exam, a physical exam. Yeah,
I read in the office there, he did a digital exam, and then he found there was a nodule on on the right side of my prostate. So he's like, okay, there's something there. He's, okay, we're going to send you to a urologist. And I went to the urologist, and he did the check also, and he saw the score on my PSA, and he said it's probably cancer, about 75% chance it's cancer.
And it was?
And it was. Yeah, they did a biopsy, and for my age, it's very rare. That's what the three urologists told me, that it's very rare for my age. So one in 1,667 people under the age of men under the age of 50 are diagnosed. So that is pretty rare. And he looked me in the eye. That first urologist I talked to, he looked me in the eye and he said, "What made you do it?" And I told him my story, and he looked me in the eye and he said, "Well, your girlfriend may have just saved your life, because if you would have come in when you were 50 or 55, it may have been way too late."
What do you think it was that made she and you decide to pursue this? I mean, the statistics, as you say, would suggest that you're very unlikely to get a positive result on it, but nonetheless, this random thing happened, and your girlfriend just was seized by this demon. She was going to make you do this.
Yeah, she kept on me for a few days, trying, you got to go do it, And I said, no, I don't want to.
Does she nag you about everything?
Oh, no. No comment.
Oh, no, I'm sorry I asked that. You're getting married in a week. I don't want
to. In July, I'm getting married, yeah.
Oh, in July, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want you to, I don't want to be responsible for having your marriage postponed.
Yeah.
So she's just someone who's pretty tenacious. She gets an idea in her head, she won't let go.
That's right, yeah. Especially when it comes to health issues.
Health issues.
Yeah.
You just feel really lucky today.
Oh, in the chain of events that happened, it's just like, it just fell into place. It was like the strangest thing. Like, once you hear those words, though, it's cancer, after I got my biopsy, it's like, you just can't believe it. And you almost put your whole life on hold. And just, until it's basically, it's done, right? Like I was from January, mid-January, all the tests started till April 19th. That's when I had my surgery and had it removed. And it looks good. They said it's clean in there. The other biopsies they did around the surrounding tissues came back negative, and there was no nodes on the prostate, which means it could have released some cells into your system.
Right, it didn't spread. It hasn't metastasized.
Yeah, it's going to be 5 years, though,
right,
of testing, more testing, with PSA tests, and then we'll find out if after 5 years you're considered cured. If nothing shows up in your PSA.
John, one of the things I loved about the email that you sent me, asking if you could come and talk about this on the show, you did this math about how much this cost, and cost you as an individual, not how much it cost the system, because of course nothing's free in the end. But I mean, tell me what you wrote.
Okay, I wrote down one family doctor, $0; 3 urologists, $0; numerous CT scans and tests, $0; prostate removal surgery, $0; PSA test, $30; possibly cured of cancer, priceless.
And what is it you want to tell people today?
Well, I just want to say, if you're in the high-risk groups, if you're in the chemical industry, if you're in the agricultural, if you work in greenhouses, you should go when you're 40. Start, talk to your doctor, and if your doctor suspects it, you don't pay the $30 if he suspects cancer. But if you just say, I want a PSA test, you're going to have to pay the $30. But go and do it, because mine was like out of the blue, no symptoms, just out of the blue. It just happens, right? When it was just a coincidence.
Were you in a high-risk group, John? Are you?
I am, yeah.
Why?
Well, I work in the groundskeeping. Like I'm in a...
Right, so you deal with chemicals.
So I was dealing with chemicals. And I also was a janitor for years, too, and I was doing chemicals, that, too.
Right.
So they figured I had it probably for 10 years. It started probably about 10 years ago, the cancer.
Was your leg cramp somehow related to this? That was just a complete...
No, when they did a scan on my back, in my area there, they wanted to see if there's anything wrong with my back, and there's a disc that's pinching a nerve.
Oh, totally unrelated.
It's unrelated, yeah.
And that saved your life, too.
That's what started the whole thing, was that leg cramp, and then they thought, well, maybe check his electrolytes and all that kind of thing, see if it was lacking potassium or whatever. And that's what they want to do, and then that's when my girlfriend said, don't do the PSA test.
And John, if someone isn't in the high-risk category, though, they should be getting it when they're 50 or 55, right?
Well, 50 is when they should start.
And do they pay $30?
Yeah, unless they suspect it.
Okay.
It's always, if you just say to your doctor, it's $30, because, like my neighbor, he heard what happened to me, and he went to his doctor, and his doctor looked at him kind of, why are you like this? He says, and he told him what happened to me, and he says, okay, I understand, but it's still going to cost you $30.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if for some reason, say you're having poor urine flow or whatever, maybe that might be, constitute something strange going on, so they could do a test. That one might be paid for.
John, it was terrific to have you on. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for getting in touch with us. John Sowick is from Chilliwack. By a stroke of random events, he ended up getting a test for prostate cancer. The PSA test cost him $30. It saved his life. If he'd waited until he was in his 50s, which is the normal time when doctors say you need to start getting those tests regularly, he would likely have been dead. Congratulations to him and his girlfriend who encouraged him to get the test. They're getting married in July. Coming up next...